everyone, welcome to the realm of Kid Lit Comics, and as you can see from the title of this video, we are here to talk a little bit about the comic book club selections for 2025. Bre and I have been doing this now, I think is this our third or fourth year? No, this will be our third year, I think. Maybe we did 2022, no, maybe we did it in 2023, 2024, yeah, so this will be our third year of the comic book club. We appreciate all of you who have joined us and have been excited to participate in the comic book club. It's been an adventure. We've found some things that we really, really love and found some things where we're like, ooh, oh girl, oh no. What were we thinking? But it's all fun. It's all part of the journey. So I am here to tell you a little bit about our selections for the year of 2025. We have made a couple of changes in that we've kind of lessened the amount. I think that 2024 was a rough year for both Bre and I, and so there were some moments where we had to kind of switch up the schedule, and some of the selections that we picked were a lot. Not only just in content, but they were just a lot. It was just a lot for any one person. So we decided to kind of switch it up. We have probably 90% of 2025 only has one comic, one graphic novel. We're not trying to kind of overload anybody. And there's also another reason for that, but you'll have to check out the video that's going to release tomorrow to know why we kind of eased up a little bit in that sense too, and it does help out. But I'm going to go through and just tell you the titles. I should have created a graphic, and I completely did away with the old Discord, and there should be a new Discord linked somewhere in the description box for you to join if you're interested in joining, with everything broken down in terms of the months, some spoiler and non-spoiler discussions. I wasn't going to do anything super extravagant with the Discord because it's just not me, it's not my personality, but I did want one general place for us to be able to discuss things throughout the month before we have the live show. Speaking of live shows, right now they're going to be scheduled for the same time that they had been scheduled for in the past. It will be the last Wednesday of every month at 8:30 p.m. EST on this channel. If that's ever to change because life happens, things change, circumstances, life be lifing sometimes, and so with that being said, we will let you know if anything does change. But for right now, it will be the last Wednesday of every single month at 8:30 p.m. EST. Now, I wanted to go ahead and create the live shows, but I didn't want to spoil the picks. So in the next coming days, you should see some live show stuff pop up because I want to go ahead and create those ahead of time. And I've been itching to do it, but I was like, I'm not going to do it now because if I do, then you'll know all the picks, and I didn't want to spoil it for y'all. So there's that. We also did all of our selections based off of Hoopla. Now, I cannot guarantee that your library will have these books in Hoopla because every library does Hoopla differently in terms of number of checkouts and the amount that they're willing to pay per circ. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details of that because I promise you 9 times out of 10 it won't make a lick of sense to you. But but we do try to make this as accessible as possible because we know that graphic novels, manga, and comics are not cheap formats to collect. And so we try to be very cognizant of that and try to create as many avenues of support that we can. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and jump into the selections for each month. Like I said, I'm just going to tell you the title. I'm hoping maybe if I have enough time to do this, I will be sharing the summary in the Discord of each title because that's just a copy and paste. If I did that in here, this video would be too long, and your good sis don't feel like editing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. In January, we'll be reading Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Volume 1. This is a horror comic right now. There's only one volume. This is one that I have already read, but I'm very, very excited to reread it. In February, we are going to be reading the comic New Masters, just Volume 1. In March, in celebration of Middle Grade March, we picked 2 middle grade graphic novels. The first being The Makers Club, and the second one being Christie's Great Idea, which is the graphic novel adaptation of the series. And I'm excited because this is Raina. I love Raina so much. In April, we are going to be reading Just Another Story. This is a graphic novel that I think focuses on immigration. In May, because we always have to make sure we throw in our one Marvel and our one DC title, we decided to go with Marvelverse Kraven the Hunter. So this one is going to be interesting because it's going to give us a couple of different issues from various points of Kraven's appearances in the Marvelverse. I like these Marvelverse books that they've been coming out. They are geared to a little bit of a younger audience, but the appeal behind them is that it's a way for readers to be introduced to characters that they may not be as familiar, or even characters that they are familiar with, but you kind of get to see different points of their lives through the Marvel universe. In June, we're going to be reading The Marble Queen. We were happy that we had some young adult comics and graphic novels to kind of choose from. Publishing is definitely, they're tag teaming themselves in to getting these young adult graphic novels out, which is nice in a lot of ways. There's pros and cons to everything, but one of the pros of this is it's nice to have very distinct graphic novels that are being written for a young adult audience. In the past, it's usually been kids and adults, and so like that teen group was getting left out, so it's nice to see some stuff geared towards them. In July, we'll be reading Us, which I read last summer, or this summer, because this is still going up in 2024. I read this summer and really, really liked it, so I'm happy to be rereading that again. In August, we're going to be doing some manga again. It was kind of a mess this year, but we're hoping that this one is going to be a success for us, and it is Cat and Gamer Volume 1 and 2. Because it's manga, it's relatively short, we decided to go with 2 volumes of this. In September, we're going to be reading our DC pick, which is Poison Ivy Volume 1. My baby G. Willow Wilson is on this. Y'all know I love the work that she did with Kamala Khan and Miss Marvel, and so I am so excited to see Poison Ivy. I think I've read a couple of issues of this, but I haven't read it in its entirety, so I'm excited that Bre had made a note of this one to possibly include it somewhere. In October, we're going to be reading Razor Blades Volume 1, which is an anthology of horror. Y'all know that Bre is our horror and mystery and thriller queen when it comes to our comics and graphic novels and manga. Bre picks up on so much stuff that I am not even close to being familiar with, and so it introduces me to a subgenre that I personally, even in prose, I don't read as much of, so love to have a bit of a challenge in there for me personally. In November, we're going to be reading Surviving the City Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Volume 3 just recently came out. I've been waiting for it for what feels like forever because I loved Volume 1 and Volume 2. So excited that we'll get the opportunity this year to read all 3 volumes. And then in December, we're going to close out the year with Medea, which is our translated pick for the year. So we've got a nice variety of comics, manga, and graphic novels for a wide variety of age groups, wide variety of genres. Like I said, you should be able to find most of this if your library has access. You should be able to find most of this stuff on Hoopla. I would check out Comixology, or see if Kindle Unlimited has any of this stuff, or if none of those are avenues that you can try. If you do have a local library, with this list now, check and see if they have these things. If not, you can always put in a request for purchase in hopes that maybe they will acquire these materials by the time we start the book club. But as always, y'all, we're happy, excited, enthralled to be starting another year of our comic book club. Like I said before, I should have a graphic created. Not I should, I know I have a graphic created because I've already done it. For once in my life. I have a graphic that's already created. Be on the lookout for those live show links. And like I said, if you're interested in joining the Discord, the link will be down in the description box below. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notification. If you're looking for ways to follow me on social media or looking for ways to support the channel, all those links will be down in the description box below as well. And I will be back with another video soon. Bye.